everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Georgia and today I'm going to be watching episode 13 of KinnPorsche. Last episode we found out that Kinn had plotted a plan in order to get Porsche to work for them. He basically created the whole situation where Porsche was going to lose his house and they were in so much debt and everything so that it would force him to work there, and Porsche was obviously very upset about that. But I get where Kinn's coming from, like he didn't know him back then, he was just another person to him. He was following his father's orders because his father really wanted him. We found out why Kinn wanted to hire Porsche in the first place. He had covered up the murder of his parents because a friend of his is the one that did it. Once he found out that Porsche was that person, he wanted to make things up to him by giving him a good life. Is entering a bodyguard place really that good of a life? But it didn't seem to work out for him anyway because Porsche left. He refused to live there. Kinn moved out too. And then he gave them the address of the person that killed his parents, and Porsche went there with a gun ready to kill him, and then he saw that he had a granddaughter and he realised he couldn't do it. I'm glad that shows that Porsche hasn't lost that part of himself, because we've seen across this series as he's been integrated into the Mafia life, he has turned a bit more cold. Like he is actually killing people now to protect family as per his job description, but he's not at the point yet where he would just go out and kill people willy-nilly because they wronged him. He's still got that moral compass and that attachment there too. Like he knows what it feels like to lose someone you love. He doesn't want to have an innocent grandchild be hurt in all of this. His uncle came in at the end, stirring up the pot, asking for 5 million baht to give him more information about Kinn, because he gave him a photo and it was of Porsche's family with Kinn. So clearly he knew him as a child, and I assume that Porsche must have blocked out knowing him because of the trauma, the memory loss that he got from the trauma of the car accident. So we'll see if he ends up giving him that money or if he confronts Kinn about it himself. Vegas's hedgehog died, which was very sad. He had the opportunity to leave while Vegas was grieving, but he decided not to, and he stayed with him and they had sex. So that was that. We'll see where they go from here. Porsche didn't show up to his interview for the university music faculty. Kim found him in a nightclub being offered drugs. Oh, I do not want Porsche involved in all of that stuff. Thankfully, Kim saved the day, but he's still not offering up any feelings for Porsche. He's still very closed off. I really want to see more of Kim's investigation and where that goes, because we're getting to this is the final 2 episodes of the show now. So I really hope that Kim plays a big role in whatever's coming up, because he's been investigating the whole season and I feel like we've barely got anywhere with it. So yeah, we'll see what happens with all of that this episode too. If you want to watch my uncut reactions to KinnPorsche, the link to the Patreon page will be in the description below. Leave a like if you enjoy, and let's get to episode 13. Who's still got the handcuffs on?
ตอนแรกคุณนึกว่ากูเป็นตัวประหลาดจนวันนี้มึงแค่หัดยอมรับแล้วก็ซื่อสัตย์กับใจตัวเองบ้างเหมือนมึงเหรอกูแค่อยู่กับปัจจุบันรู้สึกอะไรกูก็คิดแค่นั้น
He just looks so in love. He didn't stop looking at his face that whole time.
ที่เรา2 คนกลับมา
Is he back to being a bodyguard?
เป็นไงดีครับผม 2 คนคุยกันแล้วครับเราจะปล่อยอดีตให้มันผ่านไป
Kinn looks so happy, but can he not see Porsche's face? Why are you smiling so much?
ปลาชอบกินซุปกระเพาะปลาสดเหรอครับ
Does he remember eating it
มันดีกับสุข
before?
ภาพนะตาแก่แล้วก็ต้องบำรุงหน่อย
บังเอิญจังเลยนะครับพ่อผมก็ชอบซุปกระเพาะปลาสดเหมือนกันป้ากับพ่อผมเนี่ยชอบอะไรคล้ายๆกันเลยนะครับ
This is so awkward. Oh, he's making more hot food for Pete. It's so different to see him like this. Oh, that actually looks kind of nice. His dad's gonna come in. This feels like, yeah, felt like happy music. There's no way. What?
คุณหลักจะด่าโคกูอยู่แล้วป้าจะให้ผมทำยังไงอะมึงนี่มันโง่เหมือนแม่มึงไม่มีผิด
Oh my gosh, shut up.
ป้าคิดว่าผมอยากเกิดเป็นลูกป้าเหรอ
Oh. Vegas's voice completely changes when he talks to his father. He worked so hard on that food and it looked so good. Oh my goodness, his cheek.
ดูดบุหรี่ไม่ได้ทำให้มึงหายเครียดนะเว้ย
It's true.
ดูดอย่างอื่นดีกว่า
Ew.
ไหนบอกกูดิมึงไม่สบายใจเรื่องอะไร
ที่อยากจะ
คุณคินครับ คุณท่านเรียกพบ
That was irritating timing.
ก็ถ้าว่างกันก็ชวนกันไปเที่ยวสิ
ก็
You want to
ตั้ง
send
ใจ
them
ไว้แบบนั้น
away?
นะครับกะว่าจะเซอร์ไพรส์มันมีรักษาสุขภาพเหรอครับ
เอานะความสุขเล็ก
It doesn't make the stress go away. Oh, that almost seemed like he was tethered to Vegas then, like he could feel his pain. Oh no!
แล้วทำไมมึงไม่ปฏิเสธ
They're both hurting.
มองอะไรรีบแดก
หน้ามึงโดนอะไร
มึงไม่ต้องมายุ่ง
มอบตัวกับตระกูลหลักซะคุณกรณ์เขาไม่ใช่คนใจร้าย
That is a very big ask.
มึงอย่าคิดนะว่าแค่เรามีอะไรกันนะแล้วมึงจะปากดีกับกูได้
Oh Jesus.
ฆ่ามึงสักทีดิเฮียมึงอยากตายใช่ไหม
ไอ้คินกูฝันร้าย
Wow. Okay. Whoa. Vegas is so much like his dad. It's like a vicious cycle. I said before, every time Vegas's father, still don't know his name. I feel like it's Khan, maybe, but I don't want to say that in case it's wrong. Every time Vegas's dad shouts at him or takes out his anger on him, Vegas was always straight into Pete. And he is doing that now. And then Vegas's father is taking out his frustrations with the Major family out on his sons, because obviously he can't take it out on them as he is inferior. And Vegas's father has passed his inferiority complex down onto Vegas. I can't really speak for Macau because we don't see him much, and we haven't really seen how much he abuses him either. I don't know whether, I'd assume Vegas probably takes the brunt of it, but we don't know the extent to which he abuses Macau too. But Vegas has that inferiority complex too, and it's not so simple as just giving himself up to the Major family, because his whole life has been about beating them. You can't just give up your whole life's goal in a day. I don't agree with Vegas's coping methods, but everyone handles trauma differently. And I also like about that we've seen Pete is fighting his feelings. He doesn't like having these feelings for Vegas because it's dangerous. And Vegas obviously isn't the ideal suitor. At least not in my opinion anyway. I've seen some people saying that Vegas is like their ideal partner, and I completely disagree with that. I like that it's not just gone straight to fluffy, like, oh, they slept together one time and now they're completely happy together. Before, in the first scene of them in this episode, we saw that Vegas was like, he looked so in love, he looked so happy in that moment with Pete, but then as soon as his dad comes back into it, his walls go up, he becomes defensive, and he starts taking out his anger on Pete, because that is the way that he copes with things. That's the way he's been taught to cope. That's the way he's always been. And then Pete, how he is coping is by hurting himself. And I feel so awful for him, because he's got Vegas taking out his anger on him and Pete taking his anger out on himself. So he's really, really going through it at the moment as well. And because he is this smiley, happy guy, and I've always loved that about him, that's just a mask, because he's hiding his own pain. He's concealing everything that he's going through behind being a good person and a happy person. And I think they both need help, pretty much.
ไอ้พีตายแล้ว
Well, that's interesting timing.
กูหายายมันมา เขาบอกไม่ได้กลับ มึงอย่างโง่ได้ปะ
Yeah.
กูเช็คกันหมดแล้วอ่ะ ไอ้พีทไม่ได้กลับบ้านอยู่จะโง่ก็โง่แบบนี้วะฮะ
For real. I never would have thought Tanku would be the smartest on the show.
พีทเป็นอะไรไปอ่ะ มึง กูจะไม่มีวันยกโทษให้มึงเลย
Oh, I love that Tanku likes Pete because Pete moans about him all the time. You literally set Pete the most dangerous task and then he goes missing or he doesn't come back. Like, brain cells, Kinn.
เนี่ยคิดว่ามันทำตัวสมคอยแล้วกู
เอาเลยดีไว้กันข้าวกูเลย ไม่เหลือแม้กระทั่งความเป็นคนตอนนี้กูรู้สึกไร้ค่าสุดๆเลย
ไม่มีชี้อะไรอย่างนั้นพีท
Never seen him
กู
like this
ทำตัวเองไม่ไหว
before.
แล้ววะไปกันกูจะทำเองดิ
Oh! Oh! No!
ขอโทษโอเคไหมพีทกูขอโทษ
Oh!
ห้ามทิ้งกูไปพีทขอร้อง
You're his saving grace at the moment, as toxic as it is.
แล้วนี่อะไร
แต่มึงต้องสัญญากูนะว่ามันจะไม่ทิ้งกูไปไหน
I'm glad he's confronted him about his actions though, because how is he supposed to feel with the way that he treats him?
กูขอโทษ
Oh! He's fighting his feelings. Are they having a funeral for him?
มึงอยากได้อะไรอีกอ่ะก็บอกกูนะเข้าฝันในอาร์มก็ได้ กูส่งคนไปเช็คอยู่โปรยตีพายได้ไหม มันอาจจะไม่เป็นไร
That's his
ก็ได้
whole personality though.
กูก็ไม่ปล่อยพวกมันไว้แน่ ไม่ต้องพูดเลยตอนเนี้ยวิญญาณมันอ่ะจะหา
I love
ทาง
how
ปากก็ไม่รู้เลย
Paul is getting upset too.
รับรองสนุกสนานแน่นอนแต่ยังไม่พอใช่ไหม
Oh my god. You can see KinnPorsche on the side trying not to laugh throughout this. It's probably the actors though.
กาที่เข้าใจกูที่สุด
No. He's gonna be so happy to see him then when he comes back.
กูดีใจเสมอเอาคุณหนู
Oh! Oh my god. They're supposed to be his bodyguards and they just pushed him forwards.
ไอ้พี่
It's actually Pete. Please clean his wounds. Oh, he is in so much pain. He's got the fake smile back on.
ไม่เป็นไรหรอกระหว่างทางบุกฟัดกับหมามานิดหน่อยสภาพก็เลยอยากแบบเนี้ย
Oh, the smile feels so sad now.
ใครทำอะไรมึงกูจะไปจัดการให้ตอนนี้เลย
He won't sell him out
มึง
like
เชื่อใจ
that.
กูนะเว้ยพีท
กูกลับบ้านจริง
You can see how much he's fighting himself inside his own head.
ๆกูกลับบ้านจริงๆมึงเชื่อกูเถอะ
Thank you for reminding us that he is a human and not a robot with that t-shirt. Oh damn! Proud of Forte for hanging up. Proud of Kim for calling. Oh! He left that for him. Are these the ones that Porsche has given him, or is he writing them himself? He has feelings! I can't believe Porsche was making eye contact while singing the love song he wrote for him. And he looks so deadpan, like I'd want to cry. Oh. Porsche, how did you keep it together for so long? Everyone's going through it now. God, what is this sad montage?
ได้ใคร
คุยกับใครวะ
พวกทำประกันอ่ะ
Last episode they had that conversation about not keeping secrets from each other and starting over, and we're right back to square one. I feel like he's getting money. What?
สำหรับเรื่องตะวัน
Oh my god.
สำหรับเรื่องไอ้พีท
I mean, I've been waiting for Porsche to do that for so long. Sorry, Vegas.
ดีใจนะพอนึกถึงผมอะ
กูไว้ใจใครไม่ได้ แล้วตอนนี้กูก็ไม่ได้ไว้ใจใครแม้แต่ตระกูลหลัก
Even Kinn.
แต่กูแค่คิดว่ามึงน่าจะคือคนเดียว ที่ไม่น่าจะโดนพวกมันซื้อตัวอาทีคนเดียวที่รู้เรื่องนี้ แม่งสึกติดต่อไม่ได้
Imagine, has he been
ช่วย
killed?
ตามหาทีให้เอาเรื่องเงิน5 ล้านอะผมจัดการเอง
Why would you help him?
ทำไมมึงถึงช่วยกูขนาดนี้วะ
เพราะนี่ไม่ใช่ครั้งแรกที่ผมเห็นรูปแม่พอด
แล้วมึง
Oh.
เคยเห็นที่ไหน
So a pick in your
ทำงาน
house?
ปลาอ้าวพอดเดี๋ยว
How could they have been close to
ผมขอ
her without being related?
กูช่วยพามันมาให้แล้ว ที่เหลือมึงลองดูเองแล้วกัน แต่ถ้ามึงทำอะไรมันอีกมึงกับกูเราเจอกันแน่
So he's not restricting him from seeing him then. He must know that Pete felt something by it then, because there's no way in hell I'd let my friend meet up with their abuser. Oh, ow. Oh, I think he's in his head so much it's driving him crazy.
มันจะยิงกู
You can't kill each other. You've both had many opportunities.
มึงทำไม่ได้หรอกมึงเองก็รู้ว่าทำไม
Yeah. Is there any point in fighting it when you can't stop it? He is actually so broken.
sorry
2000. Oh right, that's death. I was like, who was born in 2004? I don't like 2 people though. Wait. Yeah. Buried together. Who? They died on the... Oh, it's Porsche's parents.
มึงยังเปิดตัวกับป้าก็ได้เลย กูก็อยากเจอพ่อแม่มึงบ้าง
พ่อครับ
He feels awkward now.
มองอะไรเล่า นี่คินครับ เจ้านายของผม
Wow, really? You're gonna do him like that?
แล้วก็เป็นคนที่ผมรัก
ว่าทำไมผมถึงทนใช้ชีวิตแบบนี้ได้ จริงๆ ผมมีคำตอบแล้วครับแค่มีเขาอยู่ข้างๆ จะอยู่ที่ไหน ผมก็อยู่ได้ทั้งนั้น
เสี่ยวอ่ะ
I love it though.
ทำไมมึงถึงเล่นใหญ่จังวะ
แล้วมึงชอบไหมล่ะ
It was cute. Don't complain. The instrumentals in this show honestly give me chills. Like, I feel like I've got goosebumps from all the pieces of music they play at some point. I knew as soon as I saw Porsche was naked, I was like, they're gonna have sex in this pool. It wouldn't be a KinnPorsche sex scene without it all being on display for someone to see. Oh, they've gone right to the end. That is short. Oh my goodness. It was actually quite a moving sex scene though, but because Porsche's teaming up with Vegas and because he says that he doesn't trust the family, even Kinn, I don't know. I feel like that was to stop Kinn from asking him more questions. Where was he? He's gone. The bodyguards bowing.
คุณหนูข้างนอกมันอันตรายนะครับเดี๋ยวปอร์เช่ไปอยู่ที่ไหนฮะก็ไม่รู้ทั้งนั้นน่ะคุณหนูจะดื้อสิครับเมื่อกี้พูดว่าใครนะพอร์กับปอร์เช่ครับไม่รู้มันไปที่ไหนกันครับ
Tankan has a sixth sense or something.
คุณท่านเรียกพบ
I was gonna say we are never ever gonna get Kim and Kinn in the same scene if he leaves.
พ่อกับแม่ของพอดไม่ได้ถูกรถชน
How is that possible?
แต่เขาถูกยิงตาย
Porsche was in the accident. They were shot
พอ
after
ช็อก
that.
จนจำอะไรแทบไม่ได้เลยด้วยซ้ำอาเป็นคนพูดเพื่อให้พอเชื่อแบบนั้นมาตลอด
And he's supposed to do the exact same now.
วันนั้น คนที่ยิงพ่อแม่ของพอ
Oh my... No! Who was that?
มึงยังมีหน้ามาบอกให้กูกลับไปตระกูลนั้นอีกเหรอ ความเหี้ยของพวกมึงเนี่ย มันอยู่ในสายเลือดจริงๆ
Who was that? Kinn, are you serious? You did that! You ruined it! Gosh.
พ่อแม่กูไม่ได้โดนรถชน แต่โดนยิงตาย แล้วคนที่ยิงก็คือมึง
He didn't actually say who yet.
เข้าใจผิดฉันจะทำแบบนั้นทำไม
God
หรือว่า
knows.
น้ำผึ้งเป็นน้องสาวฉัน
I mean, okay. That means jack shit. You have no moral compass. You could kill your own sister. But also, what the fuck? She's a sister.
ไปบอกให้ทุกคนเตรียมตัว เราจะถล่มพวกมัน
The longest episode. Oh. Showdown, showdown, showdown. So who is that showdown even between? It looks like it's between the Mafia, duh. It looks like it's between the major and the minor family, and then we've also got Porsche obviously holding the gun up to Corn at the end there. Oh my goodness. Kim's investigation. I don't want to say anything yet because we still got one more episode to go. But low-key, his investigation has been rendered pointless. Porsche has just found out more in this episode than he ever did. I quite like that it was Porsche in Vegas. I do have a secret, like, soft spot for Porsche and Vegas scenes. I don't know, I feel like the actors always play really well off each other. Whenever they interact, I always feel like it just turns out to be such a good scene. My favourite is probably that one where they were at the pool and Vegas said, if one day you have to kill me, please don't make it painful, or something like that. Crack ship, Vegas, Porsche. And I liked Porsche's logic for teaming up with Vegas too. He is the only one that can't be bought by the major family, and I truly believe that because I even feel like Vegas's father, not that I think Porsche could ever trust him in any capacity, but I think he can be bought by the major family. And also Vegas, he gets along with Porsche in a way. So I believed that he would actually comply with his plan. Although I did have a little suspicion when they arrived at that like temple place. I did have a slight suspicion that maybe Vegas would double cross him, but thankfully he didn't, and Porsche's rode off with him and he's taken him to point the gun at Corn. Porsche's mom is apparently Corn's sister. Now, if this all amounts to a cousin incest storyline, I'll be mad because I ain't about that. Ew. How is this gonna end is what I'm thinking now, as we're one episode away. I can never predict endings, I feel like, unless they're like rom-coms where you know they'll end up together. I believe Kinn and Porsche will end up together. I'm unsure about Vegas and Pete and KinnPorsche, purely because I've heard news of there being a KinnPorsche season 2. I don't know if it's been confirmed or not. I'm just going based on rumours. So if there is a season 2, I feel like perhaps Vegas, Pete and KinnPorsche won't end up together. But I think KinnPorsche have to because they're the main ones, and just in case they didn't get a season 2, they had to have someone end up with each other. But it's how they get through this big showdown that is to come. There's gonna be some deaths, I would imagine. If there's not a main character death, I'll be shocked. Porn or Vegas's dad is gonna be my biggest predictions for someone dying. I would be heartbroken if someone like Arm or Bo ended up dying. That would be awful because they're besides Pete and Porsche, they're the other named bodyguards left. So they're in the running too, I suppose. And I would be so sad if they died. So hopefully if someone's going to, it'll be Vegas's dad. That's who I really want it to be the most. I can't believe that Uncle T died right as he was about to spill the most important piece of info. This episode was a really interesting one for Pete because this is like the lowest we've ever seen Pete, even when he was being tortured by Vegas at the prime in episode 10/11. It didn't seem to wear him down, but now that he's got feelings for Vegas, he's got such a low opinion of himself because he knows he shouldn't have fallen for this man and he doesn't want to have feelings for him. And I also feel like being so close to Vegas and seeing his relationship with his father has brought back up those old memories that he's tried so hard to suppress for a long time, and that's playing a part into his low opinion of himself too because of the way his dad used to treat him. And also that trauma as well being brought back up. You're going to take it out on someone, and sadly that person is himself. I feel like that's the most relatable way of dealing with trauma. Vegas's way is kind of a rare case, I would say, or at least because of the capacity that he does take it out on people with the torture methods and stuff. That's very on the upper end of the scale in terms of dealing with trauma. Both Vegas and Pete need a lot of therapy, but I don't suppose they're gonna get any. Them being apart highlighted how important they are to each other and that they do need each other. And the sex scene in the pool as well, I think Porsche might have been doing that, like to distract Kinn, as I was saying. Even though they'd had that really sweet scene by the graveyard, it just felt to me like Porsche was planning something and he needed to distract Kinn. But yeah, I'm very intrigued to see how they end this and excited for the longest episode, as they said. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching my reaction to episode 13 of KinnPorsche. If you want to watch my uncut reactions to KinnPorsche, the link to the Patreon page will be in the description below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for episode 14. Bye!